the kind of thing going into this game was that the kind of the hype up, and not the hype. I mean, statistically, 49ers had the best defense in the league. Number two against the pass, and two against the run. And I think a couple weeks ago, their numbers being measured to the 1985 Bears defense. So and with that, Mahomes comes out and I forgot I saw the record earlier from Mahomes has some ungodly record against the number one defense. Whenever he plays number one defense, he has this ridiculous record against them.
Uh-huh.
And yesterday, forced 23 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. We have 44 points against this really good defense. As a quarterback, when you watched that game yesterday from Mahomes, how special would you say his performance was yesterday?
It was pretty damn good, and I would say, I mean, obviously he was terrific yesterday. He was, I don't know, 25 for 35, 25 for 34. I mean, he played really well, and I would say that the key to me really was that the offensive line played really well. They ran the ball well, and they protected Mahomes well. Patrick is. There was one specific play that stands out in my mind. It was in the first quarter. He was rolling to his left, and I saw it live, and I was like, "Oh my God, no! He didn't just do that." Where he literally, pulled up, flipped his hips, and slung one sidearm. Probably didn't go more than 6 feet off the ground, and went 15, 20 yards, and it was a nice catch. It was a little bit behind the receiver, but on the replay, there were hands from the defense like going in as the ball was going along, but nobody could quite get to it, and it ended up in the receiver's hands. And I just kind of shook my head and went, he's playing a different game. He's like, I said to somebody over the weekend, because it was alumni weekend, I was like, it was another former quarterback, and I said, God, if we attempted some of the things that he attempts, we'd have been benched. And that throw yesterday was, I mean, he had a lot of great throws, but that one just really stood out to me.
Yeah, I think that's the play he threw to Mecole Hardman. It was like I think he got Mecole right in the gut on that throw. It was a dart.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I don't remember who was on the receiving end of it. I just marveled at him rolling out to his left, and I mean he was obviously running away from the pressure, and was able to just slow himself up enough to flip his hips and his shoulders and sling it out there. And it was, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I need to watch this one. There's televisions everywhere in Levi Stadium. So like, I need to watch this replay. That was just way too good.
No, it's funny because we had Tyler Pickett on a couple of weeks ago, former Chiefs quarterback. And he was talking about how, like, what Mahomes does is the stuff that you see in video games, stuff that, like, you've been always taught as a quarterback to never do, rolling left, rolling right. Like, there's things that you don't do, but he does it, and he makes it look so easy that, like,
God, he does.
A lot of people can't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure we could have. We didn't really practice that way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, every once in a while you would maybe drop your arm down to like throw it under a defensive lineman that had his hands up or something. But no, we didn't practice that way. That's not how you play the position, man. Like I said, it's a different game. They're playing a totally different game than we did.
Yeah, and I think a part of his pre-game warm-up is the different arm angle throws that he does.
Oh, I believe it. I didn't watch him yesterday, but I'm sure he does. Yeah, he's pretty special.
There was the first play that was the first play, but it was the first drive again where Mahomes threw the interception. On Chiefs on Twitter, there was kind of two schools of thought because the way the Bills game ended last week was pretty much a drag route to Sky Moore, and that ended up in an interception. Then yesterday, it was the same kind of play to Sky Moore, which ended up in an interception, which I thought was I thought we were done when that happened. But, when you have Mahomes, no deficits too much.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm actually the play's not coming back to. I mean, I do kind of remember the interception, but I'm not remembering. I'm not remembering exactly how it happened. Anyway, I would say what you said. Yeah, there's no deficits. Too big.
Yeah, so online people were saying they're blaming it on the receiver. Some were blaming it on the receiver. Some were blaming it on the quarterback with that play. I don't know if because you were at the game, I don't know if you may have saw that or if you kind of diagnosed what have occurred there.
Yeah, I honestly don't. Yeah, I apologize.
No, you're good.
It's not coming back to me.
Yeah, it's just I think a lot of people are trying to, because it's the same receiver who muffed the punt, and so a lot of people are trying to say maybe it's the receiver not running the right route, it's the rookie. Maybe he's not his route was drifted upfield, and that's why Mahomes threw the interception. So that there was a lot of that going on Twitter, obviously.
Right.
Argues with everything. So yeah,
lots of people talking about it.
Yeah, lots of people have an opinion on it, and everyone thinks they're the expert on it. So that's why.
Yeah, the muffed punt, he just didn't get up underneath of it enough. I mean, and he had to, almost like the ball like retreated on him, and he had to reach for it at the end.
Yeah, and that's a third muff punt of the season, second one inside the 10, inside the opponent's 10. So a lot of people at Chiefs Kingdom want Hardman to be the punt returner back there. So I guess we'll see what happens after the bye week on that.
Yeah. Okay. They're going into a bye week this week.
Yeah, it's bye week now. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.